of financial struggles, and more importantly, how to rise from them stronger, wiser, and ready to rebuild. I am so honored to be joined today by my co-host, Mrs. Loretta Deans. Mrs. Loretta, or Ma Retta, as many people know of her, is a powerhouse voice in the community. She supports single moms. She's a leader in the community, and it is my absolute pleasure to have her here today. Together, we'll unpack the feelings of loss, fear, grief, and even shame that often comes with financial struggles. And we'll show you how to turn them into your fuel for confidence, career, and yes, even your coins. What's that thing you like to do, Loretta? Clock it. So grab your notebook, open your heart, and let's get into it, because being broke is only temporary, but being resilient can last you a lifetime. Welcome, Mrs. Loretta.
Thank you for having me again. Yes.
Look, I'm going to call them our babies. Our babies appreciate those conversations that we had. And I think for a lot of people, we are like their aunties. And so if you're watching this for the first time, I'm here to tell you that you are here for a great time. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to encourage you, but we're also going to empower you. And so me and Mrs. Loretta, we've been knowing each other now for decades.
That's right.
And through that friendship, through this powerhouse, this God-given connection, we've been able to help thousands of people transform their lives through something as simple as a CNA certification.
That's right.
And so you'll never see me go anywhere and not talk about Mrs. Loretta, because she's the reason that we have a business today. So girl, God gave you a vision and you shared that vision with the right person. And look at us being visionaries today, helping a lot of people.
He gave me the best when he gave me you.
Yeah, likewise. I love you, girl.
That's right.
All right, so you all, I've had financial struggles. In one of our videos, I talk about how I faced bankruptcy. So today, I want to just make sure that you know that you're not alone. I've lost businesses. I've lost homes. I've also had to file bankruptcy. Mrs. Loretta has had financial struggles too. What I want to do is I want to ask Mrs. Loretta some questions, and so that she can help encourage you the way that we encourage each other. And so that's why we're here today. And let me begin with the first question. Mrs. Loretta, when someone loses a job or if they lose a business, that blow to their confidence can feel crushing.
It can.
Why do you think that job loss or losing a business just hits so hard in these moments, especially in this current time?
It makes you feel like you haven't done what's necessary to get where you need to be. It hurts from the core, you know? Sometimes it's just, you're so distraught by everything that's going on. It makes you feel ugly on the inside.
So that's that shame, that grief.
The shame, the grief behind it, the embarrassment.
True.
You know, and I've been through that. So I do understand what you're going through. You know, I've been through that.
Likewise, because here it is. I was a nurse and no one really cared about the fact that I had investment properties, and it wasn't due to my own financial mistakes that cost me everything. It was through investments. But either way, that shame, that grief, and plus I was a single mom to a new son while going through all of that. And imagine me telling someone I'm a nurse, but by the way, I'm being evicted or closed upon.
That's right. That's right. It's very painful.
We've both been there, and those struggles are real. And we have a lot of our students right now who come into our classrooms who are dealing with that.
Dealing with that and much more.
Yeah. Family illness, etc. So, and I only want you to speak about what you feel comfortable speaking about. Okay. Have you ever experienced a setback that maybe made you question your identity or your value? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Yes, I did. As the same with you, I have filed a bankruptcy, and I did it at an older time in life. So it really hurt. It made me question it made me think about all the mistakes I made, you know, and it also made me a lot more humble too. And it made me understand money a lot. And you know, people say, well, I'm just going to spend, it's just $20 or it's just $30. It made me understand when it comes to money, the word just does not belong in front of it.
So true.
Okay? If you take just $20 a week and save it, do the math on how much it would give you for the year towards you buying your own home. So it changed a lot when it comes to just money or spending money or making mistakes. You always second guess yourself. You know, do I really need this or not? So just think about that.
Those are some very valid points. And I have a friend group, and most of them are well-to-do. They have their finances together, or so it appears. But I see that they're spending a lot of money going out. And it's like, so they're either going out to eat, or they're going out to events, or going out to clubs. And so the phrase that I've tokened is they're celebrating failure. And it may not be that they even need the finances right now, but God forbid that was money they could have saved. And so I want to encourage you to stop celebrating failure. You don't need to celebrate every week where it costs you. You can go for a walk and celebrate. Health is wealth.
That's right.
And so that's something else that I want people to think about. So no, it's just not $20. It's just not $100 when you go to get your hair done. All of that accumulates and it adds up.
It does.
And I need for you to have more assets than liabilities.
Yeah, always have something to lean back on, because you never know what will happen.
Yes. And,
you know?
And that those roles are going to reverse. And they say the same people you see on the way up are going to be the same people you see on the way down. And you and I both personally know. And we're going to talk about nurses because we're in healthcare. Nurses who have lost a lot, lost their homes.
Yes.
Why do you think that happens?
I think they look at their finances as just, most of the nurses, let's be real, they make a very, very, very good living on, what their pay grade is really high. So I think they just get miscomplacent. Like, I've had friends who bought $300,000 homes, and then when something happened, let's get real. Nurses don't really lose jobs. The medical field is pretty good. But what if you get hurt?
Yes.
And you can't work?
You lost that income.
You lose, that's right. Mm-hmm. And now it's $2,500 a month just in mortgage. You only get about $2,800 every 2 weeks. So that's over half of your income just to have a roof. What about everything else?
Yeah. Because they have the car and the kids.
Mercedes at that.
Yeah. So the insurances. And so my recommendation for those, sometimes they are looking at what you see online. And so you're allowing that to encourage your buying habits. Yeah. And I want to remind you that the Joneses are broke. You don't see how much credit card debt they have. And so we want you to go from being broke and find actionable steps. And so one of the first things you need to do is you need to actually write down your debts. Write down how many, bills you have so that you can actually structure, you can plan, and you can start budgeting.
That's right.
And also saving. So after you went through your financial situation and you started saving, like, how did that feel? Was it hard for you to get a bank account?
It wasn't hard to get a bank account. But what it was, learning to save is not something that's put into us. It's a learned thing. You learn to do it. And at first it's going to be a little hard because you're so accustomed to spending. Mm-hmm. So as you begin to save and you see that savings account doing like this, then you will learn, you will feel better because you got a cushion. You got to have a cushion with what's going on now. You got to. Please stop spending what's the word I'm saying?
Frivolously.
Thank you. It wouldn't come out like that. I didn't want to mess it up. Please.
Yeah, because you don't have anyone to fall back on. Everyone right now is, and we have to be worried about ourselves. What I find is that people will come to me and they will ask me for stuff. And I will say, if people don't have anything else, they have the audacity. So you have the audacity to have your hair done, your makeup done, you're driving a car, but you come and ask me, hey, do you have any free courses?
That's right.
You don't need a free course. You need to budget. Okay? Yes, we do have opportunities through our community partners, but those community partners are only prioritizing the younger adults. They're not prioritizing you if you're 30. So what are you going to do instead? you're going to have to buckle down. You're going to have to start saving money, and you're going to have to build your faith, because if your faith walk means that you're always praying for someone else to be your resource, instead of praying to God to allow you to be the resource that people go to, you got to shift your mindset, because everybody can't save you. We are not superheroes. We try our best, but we're going to need you and God to work together and to figure this out. So I need you to build your faith. Okay?
Every day.
You remember when I called you? God had put something on my heart. I'd be harassing her. I called you and I said, are you happy with what you're doing right now? Ooh. And she said, no. And I said, God told me that you need to get back into healthcare.
And it's the best thing I ever done.
Yeah. So sometimes we walk away from our calling because we want to do something different. And I noticed that even with having businesses, He will allow me to do it, but it won't prosper. So if I went out right now and God gave me this great idea, I'm like, ooh, girl, I'm going to sell dresses. It's going to do well for about a month. And then like 2 months later, I'll be like, well, I guess that was a good ideal, not a God ideal.
That's right.
And so understanding like what your purpose is so important. But I want to go back to faith, because a lot of our young adults, they're not really taught about faith because they're not going to church. And when I was young, I didn't go to church. I didn't start going to church and learn about the Lord until I was a little bit older. So let's talk about the role of faith. And specifically, when your bills were piling up and you felt fearful, how did you encourage yourself to shift from fear to faith?
I prayed every day. I prayed every hour. But I didn't pray. I prayed for God to give me what I need to go out and find something else I could do so I could make this happen.
Mm.
That's what you pray for. He's giving you everything you need. Your mind, your body. He's giving you everything you need. Don't sit there on one job and let all your bills pop. Sell cookies. Mm-hmm. I don't care what you do. Drive Uber. I'll tell anybody, after that bankruptcy, I learned a lot of stuff. And one thing I did learn, I'm always going to have another income other than that job.
That's
okay?
Right. That's
it
right.
was Uber, Lyft, Zurich. It's all kind of ways out here to make money. And you need to get into having a second income. And with that second income, that's how you build your savings account. So if something else happened, I got a cushion to sit back on. Yes. God said He got us, but sometimes we have to go through something. What if I break a leg and I'm on crutches? I'm out of work for a while. That income is not coming in. But if you can sit home and bake cookies and sell it.
Yep. And so
you could
digital products, digital babysitting, and because we work a lot. And I don't have, young adults. My child is still a minor. So I don't have a lot of the help from family members that other people may have. So I literally, if I need my house cleaned, I hire someone to come in and clean the house.
That's right.
I've even hired someone, not because I didn't realize she was putting grease in my food. I was gaining weight when she was cooking. Her food tastes really good, but I was hiring someone to do my meal prep. And so when I think about how hard it is to find good people that you can trust to provide services. So you don't need some big fancy degree in order to start your side hustle, to start finding a new way, a new income stream. You just need to answer your phone, be professional, get some insurances, have a little bit of business etiquette, which me and Loretta can teach to you. And you could be the person that we're calling when we need help moving out, moving in, right, cleaning up, meal prepping. How hard is it for you to cut some cucumbers and not put grease in Nurse Eunice's food?
One of the ladies that she was a student here. She has her CNA now. But she called me one day and she said, Miss Loretta, I need a second income. I'm 60. She's about 51. I said, well, I tell you what you do. She said her hours of work. I said, well, you got quite a few hours that you can do something else. She said, what should I do? I say, open a little daycare in your house.
Yes. Yeah, you can even do sitter. You can work with another company. So for you to sit with someone's grandparent, once you have your CNA license, technically you can start your own sitting business. Or you can go work with another agency that does sitter and companion care services until you can figure out the ropes. But we are not giving you permission to be stagnant. We're not giving you permission to be broke.
That's right.
So if no one else has told you, you're about to get up and hustle. All right. So
that's right.
Loretta, you work a full-time job.
I do.
You work part-time.
I do.
And then you hustle on the side.
And sometimes when I don't have nothing to do out here, I get in that car and I Uber. $50. If I make $50 every Saturday, every Sunday, that's $100 a week. What is that in a month in my savings account?
Yeah.
That's right.
So some of you all don't want to hustle. You want things handed to you. And that requires a bit of humility, as you said before, to actually want to work that hard. Like, I know I work 7 days a week. I'm here days, I'm here nights. We shoot content. And a lot of people are consumers of content. That's something else I want to get into. If when you're on social media, you have that phone, you have that smart device. If when you're on social media, you're only looking at what other people are doing, do you know that I replace my nursing income with social media? So I need for you to not just look at it as I'm going to consume all of this content, and I need for you to start creating the content because you have money in your pocket. You just don't realize it yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to do that too. I'm going to learn it.
Yeah. And so my goal for Miss Loretta this year is usually December is our slower month. We're going to go through and we're going to do her videos, you all, because there's no reason. Like she said, if she hurts herself, she breaks her leg. She doesn't know what I know. If she hurts her leg, but her hands still move, she can do exam prep online. She can still talk online. So there is no reason, because we do have people who have physical ailments who are still making money. So you can't even say that, oh, I broke my leg, I can't make money. Meanwhile, someone's a double amputee and they're doing it. Remember, no excuses.
That's right. Save some money.
All right. So what advice would you give to someone who feels too old or behind to learn something new? That's a good
too
one.
old or behind? I'm 60. I started over 4 years ago, which means I had a bankruptcy. We lost homes, cars, bank accounts. I had to start over. Of course, it's going to make you feel bad, because you're starting over. But God is gracious. He said, you take one step and he'll carry you across the way.
Yeah.
I got all of it back.
Hallelujah. That's what I'm talking about.
But I worked for it. And I learned to appreciate it. So I was wiser. I was stronger. Has nothing to do with age. It's perseverance. If she can do it and she's 20, I can do it and I'm 60, as long as I got my health. Keep pushing. Don't give up. Sometimes you can't get it on the first try. So they got it on the first try. Do it again.
Yep, run your own race. Yep.
That's right. Run your own. That's a good way to put that. Yes. Run your own race. God do it. So shake it off. As long as you're living,
you got opportunity.
You got an opportunity to get it right.
That's right. All right. So let's talk about retraining. So this older person who's like, oh, I feel too old, or this other person because sometimes they just lost their job. And so now they have to start over. They're starting over as a CNA because they want to be a nurse.
It's a lot of people come in here in our classes that are of age and they have other degrees. Some of them don't. And they want to start over. There are nurses on the floor. And there are 54, 56, and guess what? They're brand new nurses.
That's right.
Because they say, well, I always wanted to be a nurse, or I always wanted to be in the medical field, but I did this. Some of them they don't have a choice because of all these layoffs. Stuff is changing. Some of them just wanted to go. Honey, long as God got breath in your body, you got a chance to do anything you want to do. Don't let nothing hold you back. I don't care if you're 80.
That's right.
If you can move, go get it. Do what you want to do and do what God will allow you to do. Don't sit down and don't stop until you don't have a choice. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to do it until he say, Loretta, come home.
Amen. So there was an instructor, a brand new instructor, you all, he's 76. His name is Mr. Clyde. So Mr. Clyde, if you're watching, hello. I taught Mr. Clyde the whole setup. He shot his first video. So not only is he a new CPR instructor, he's also new to TikTok, new to YouTube, new to Instagram. And so at 76, if Mr. Clyde can start creating content because he needs to do so in order to grow his business, you have no excuse. Remember, no excuses over here, baby. We're team no excuses.
Mr. Clyde done set a fire under me. I got to get busy.
All right, and so as we prepare to close, if you could give our listeners, our viewers, one declaration to carry into this week, what would it be? And I already know what she's going to say, but I want to hear it.
You know what it is. It's perseverance. Push forward. Push forward. And stop telling everybody your business. Keep it between you and God. Push forward. Ask God for what you want. Get on your knees and pray. And keep your mouth shut.
That's right. Write in your journal.
That's right.
Write in your journal.
Keep it for you.
And when you're putting those words out, the enemy hears it too. And then the distractions come. And especially with our students, it's like whenever they start something new, that's the week the dog runs away, the husband knocks up, the cat dies. So when you're starting something new, yes, you're going to have those obstacles. Right. You're going to get over those obstacles if you do what word Loretta just said?
Perseverance. And keep it to yourself. You know, you can have a friend, and y'all been friends for years. She say, girl, that ain't going to work. It ain't going to work for her because it wasn't for her. God gave it to you. Keep your mouth shut, okay? And push forward and make your dreams come true.
So family, we've covered so much today. We've talked about being broke without being broken, faith over fear, turning your pain into a plan, learning new skills, and speaking life over yourself, even in your hardest seasons. Remember, if you're in a financial struggle right now, it's only temporary. Being broke is temporary, but being broken is a choice. So you are not broken, you are resilient, you are worthy, and you are capable of rebuilding your confidence, your career, and your coins. So let's declare this together, Loretta. Let's say it. I am not my bank account. I am not my mistakes. I am resourceful, resilient, and ready for my next chapter.
See you later.
We celebrate you, and we can't wait to hear about your success stories. See you in the next video, everybody.